Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kiki Beats and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, I thank you guys so much for joining me today to get into this look, okay? If you are not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell button so that you can be notified on all future updates from this channel. Also, please follow me on social medias. All my information will be linked down below, so you can just go ahead and tap it and it will put you right to my social medias that I'm currently active on, which is only Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat as of right now. So please continue to support if you can or if you will, and I will love on you guys as you love on me. As you can tell by this video, I am super excited for you guys to see this look. I really love the way that it came out, and I hope you guys will too. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up at the end of the video, and also don't forget to leave all your comments in the comment section and tell not 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, but tell everybody to check out Kiki Beats and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's just get into this video and I will see you guys next time. So first things first, I'm going to moisturize my skin using the Mary Kay Time Wise Anti-Aging Moisturizer. And then I'm going to go in with my Ulta Beauty Poreless Face Primer to cover those pores and to prime my face before we apply our foundation. Then I'm going to go in with my Studio Pro Brow Pomade, Waterproof Brow Pomade by BH Cosmetics in the color Brunette. Now, on the surface, I thought this color was going to be like a really light texture. However, the color comes out perfectly, and it comes out a tad bit darker than I expected. But throughout the look, you'll see how the color of the brow or the brow pomade fits right in with this look. And I'm just carving out the natural shape of my brow and filling them in as I go. And once you reach the front of the brow, you want to do small or very light hair-like strokes to give it that faded look, so it doesn't look too painted on or too carved on, if you get what I'm trying to say. And so I just fill them in and kind of touch up here and there as I go.
And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces.
Now to clean up the brows, I'm going to go in with my Revolution Makeup Revolution Fast Base Concealer in the color C12. I usually use a lighter color to carve out the, or to clean up the brows at the bottom portion, just because when you go in with your eyeshadows, I like to use a lighter base because the colors and the eyeshadows or the pigments show better. So I just use a lighter base or a lighter concealer to clean up the bottom portion of my brows, and I drag that product down to the lid and use it as an eyeshadow primer. And then once that is done, I go in with a foundation or concealer that's closer to my skin complexion, because it makes it easier to transition in the cleanup when we actually do apply the foundation. For me, I like to start at the tail end of the brow where the arch actually is supposed to be, and then I work my way well, I guess backwards to front. So I carve out where my arch is, where I like my arch to be, and then I go into the front of the brow and kind of meet where we end or where we started at the arch.
I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. Can't focus. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my. I just need to clear my head. Oh, clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
So as I mentioned before, I'm just taking that leftover product from what we used to clean up the brows, and I'm popping it onto my lid and pressing it in using my Real Techniques Complexion Beauty Blender. I think that's what it's called. And then we're going to be going into the BH Cosmetics Royal Affair palette. I'm so living for this palette. I love the neutral, cool tones that is in this palette. And I'm just taking like this cranberry shade. The name will be posted down below. And I'm putting it into my crease and slightly working it up to as a transition shade. And then I'm going to go in and blend in the color Sienna from the Profusion Confidence palette. The thing about eyeshadows is that your blend game has to be persistent and on key, okay? So I'm just taking a Morphe brush. I can't remember what number it is, just blending that onto the skin. I'm sorry, into the transition and blending it down into the crease so that my colors meet seamlessly, so you'll see no lines of demarcation or where one color stops and the other starts. And so you just want to completely blend, 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 and blend some more, and just make sure that your colors are consistent all the way through from start to finish. So now I'm going to go in with the color Serendipity, and I'm also going to be blending this in above the color Sienna to kind of lighten out the transition, to give it like that sunset effect. And I'm using a Real Techniques, I believe this is a blender brush, I'm not sure what it is, just so that the on shadow is not too heavy, but we want a nice real seamless blend to these colors, and just to make sure that no colors are harshly outputted on the lid, and that our colors are blending seamlessly. I cannot stress that enough. Please make sure that your colors blend and your eyeshadows blend, and that your colors are transitioning perfectly. And so, like I said, that no lines of demarcation or no harsh lines will show up throughout this look.
I just need to clear my head.
So now I'm going to go back into the Royal Affairs palette, and I'm going to take this brown shade in the color Duchess, and I'm going to be using a Morphe pencil brush to take this color into the crease to smoke it out and give it a little bit more depth to this look. I'm going for a more sultry, smoky kind of look, so we have to have or bring attention to the crease area so that these colors can pop. Now I did place this same brown shade on the outer corner, and I connected it on the lid with the crease color. However, it didn't come out as smoky as I thought it would be, so I had to go back into the Profusion palette to grab a black shade to kind of give it a more smoky, a more smokier look that I was actually going for. So I did have to add black into the outer corner and just blend it out seamlessly. Then I went and took this beautiful neon shimmer shade out of the Royal Affairs palette. It is called Crown, and I took that using a flat shader brush or eyeshadow brush. I did not cut the crease using a concealer, but as you can see, I placed it into the crease where it kind of looks like that it's been cut. It has been cut with concealer, but it has not. And you must be sure not to swipe, but use patting motions in between the browns and the blacks so that you get a smoother transition shade with the colors that we've placed in the outer corner, and just pat and go. And also be sure to bring that color around into the inner tear duct of the eye to make sure that that shadow is blended correctly, and also that part of the eye is highlighted as we want it. So I'm just placing, and I'm patting as I go, again using patting motions and not sweeping or swiping the brush across the lid, because it will leave streaks and demarcation, and you can tell where the colors aren't too well blended. So don't forget to pat to blend your lid colors with any colors that you have placed in the outer corners of the eye, and just pat and blend as you go. So I'm going in with my NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner to give myself a curved line. I am not doing a wing, however, I did go back in once I ended the liner at the outer corner of the eye. I went back in with that same black shade that we used to smoke out the outer corner of the eye to pat it into the liner to give it a more of a wing kind of effect, but a smoother transition. So I'm just, like I said before, using my NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner. And if you have not used this liner, this is the best liquid liner since NYC, because I used to be an NYC girl, but when they discontinued that product, I was looking for something else that I could substitute, and this NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner has been the best liner that I could recommend to anyone. Now, I am not a fan of the NYX Vivid Brights or Vivid Light Brights color ones, because they are so cakey, and they like just are so creasy, like they crease really bad. I'm not sure who came up with the formula for those Vivid Brights neon liners or whatever, but this black liquid liner does the job. And if you are looking for a new liner to use, I highly recommend the NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner.
I just need to clear my head. 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 Can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. Oh, clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
So for lashes today, I'll be using the Ariel Double Up Lashes in the number 203. Absolutely adore these babies. And then I'm going in with my Super Fanned Out Mascara by Buxom. I picked this product up at my local TJ Maxx, and I have been using it ever since. For those of you who don't know or has ever even thought about it, but when you put on mascara, it acts as a primer to put on your falsies, and that it gives definition for your lashes to actually stay on and to blend with your natural lash. And then I'm going in with my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation in the color D70. This product definitely I had to grow on, because I really didn't like the application when I first tried to use it, but over time it has grown on me. And judging by the color and the lighting on this tutorial, this foundation actually is blending super nicely. And I'm using a microfiber duo brush by Japanese. Absolutely love this brush. I love the way that it pans out the foundation onto the skin. Now this foundation for me, I want to say is not full coverage, but it's definitely buildable. As you can see, I do not suffer with like skin hyperpigmentation or, you know, acne marks or anything, so I really don't prefer, or I really don't necessarily need a full coverage foundation, but I still like a full coverage and one that is blendable and buildable. So this foundation is definitely buildable, and it is matte, and it really applies to the skin like butter. So I absolutely love it. I want to try the CoverGirl Spectrum foundation, but I haven't really got around to use it at this point. But now I'm going in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. Absolutely, I live for this concealer. This is my go-to concealer, and it's super affordable, and the coverage is awesome. So I'm taking the colors C12 and C13, but the C12 is actually a fast-based concealer. I'm not really sure what the difference is between the concealers, but watch how my Real Techniques contour brush blends out this concealer. It's super creamy. Now you want to be careful when using these concealers, because to me they do dry out pretty quick, but it's definitely not too harsh on the skin, and it transitions perfectly. And so I'm just taking a Real Techniques contour brush to blend it out. I don't like using beauty blenders to blend out concealer, in my opinion, because it looks a little choppy and it separates on the skin for me. So I like to use this brush, which is a contour brush, and I also like to use the Instapop face brush or cheek brush by Real Techniques to actually blend it out. Now, my rule of thumb, even when I'm blending out my concealers, is to go back with the same brush that I applied my foundation. Once I blend out that concealer, to go over it and to line out or pan out any harsh lines. And so it makes the blend or the transition from the concealer or the highlighter to your foundation like really blended. So as you can see, I'm just going back in with that, and then I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Bakerie Better Not Bitter, I believe that's what it's called, flower in the color yellow, to set that concealer or to set the places that I've highlighted. Now, I do not usually bake, but in this tutorial I did bake. Usually I just take and press the powder into the skin because, again, I suffer with or I have combination skin, so sometimes I find that when I let powder sit on my face much, it brings like it accentuates the oils in my skin. And so for me, I just like to set, press it into the skin and go, but for the sake of this video, I did allow it to sit. So I'm just taking that powder and pressing it and letting it sit into the skin to bake. And then I'm going in with my favorite palette. This is the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette. I live by this product. So this is the medium to dark, I believe, contour palette. And I'm taking it into the cheekbones, around the forehead area, taking it across my jawline, and I'm also going to use it to contour my nose to bring that color and that warmth and that depth back to the face. As you can see, I did notice and I did see that I did not reverse contour while I was baking, and I went back and did that after I brushed the product off. But some things, you know, you just have to go according to what works for you. And as you can see, I am contouring my nose now, and I like to take that contour color up into the eyeshadow, all the way up to the brow, so that it gives off a nice and blended chiseled look, so that nose can be snatched, honey, okay? As you can see, and I'm just pressing it up into the brow area so that we don't see so that there is no separation in between our brows and our nose and our eyeshadow area. And then I'm just taking a fluffy brush to brush off that powder, and I also took that powder, if you did not notice, onto the eyebrows to set those eyebrows, to put those eyebrows into place. And I'm also going back in with my foundation brush and patting that whatever powder, whatever product that's left, pressing it into the skin.
I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to.
Now to set my face, I'm going to go in with my Black Radiance Soft Focus finishing powder in the color Milk Chocolate. I don't particularly like to set or put a whole bunch of powders on my face, so I just take 1 or 2 swipes onto the finishing powder and I press it into the skin. I do not go back in for more product. I try to maneuver this product around the entire face so we don't use excess products and excess powders. And then I'm going to go in and using this Baked Artisan blush by Black Radiance to carve out or bring warmth to those cheekbones. Yes, I absolutely love this blush. I think it's the color Raisin, I believe. And then I'm gonna go in with my Art Naturals makeup setting spray to set the entire face. This product I got from, or I saw Kiki Adams use it, and as you can see, like, it definitely mattifies the skin, and I absolutely love it, and it controls all the oils. And then I'm just going in with a regular eyeliner pencil in the shade Black to go into my waterline. And I'm taking whatever excess black that was on the brush, that black shadow that we used to smoke out the outer corner, to go onto the bottom lid, the bottom eyelid, to kind of smoke it out. And we add some of that same mascara to the bottom lashes. And I can honestly say, like, these colors literally, like, I have a deep brown eye shade, and you can tell, like, these colors brought out my eye color perfectly. Like, it was so perfect, and I absolutely love the way that this look came out. So now I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk Chic Luminosity bronzer in the color, or in the shade Goddess, to highlight. This is my holy grail highlighter. I absolutely love this highlighter, and this bronzer, and it's perfect for deep, dark, medium to dark skin. So all my chocolate girls who likes a good golden highlight, I highly recommend this product. And it literally intensifies and brings so much glow to this look, as you can see. So I'm just taking it above my brows to my cheekbones, the inner corner of my eyes, my cupid's bow, and my nose. And if you are not familiar with this product, honey, you are definitely tardy to the party, okay? And I'm also using it to highlight those brow bones. Yes, do you see that highlight? Do you see that glow? It is definitely popping. I absolutely love this product. As I said before, if you do not have it or never used it, please go get it. So I'm just taking a regular brown pencil. I think this is by NK in the color Coffee, to outline my lips. I always like to use browns or plums because I feel like it works best with my lip. I have 4-figure lips, as you can see, and so I try to stay at more neutral liners, or more nude liners, or natural looking liners. And then I'm just going to go in with the Ariana Grande Viva Glam lip gloss. I believe this is by MAC. And I wanted to lighten it up, so I went in with the color Marshmallow, and this is by ColourPop Cosmetics, to kind of brighten it up. And then I also went back in again with some lip gloss to kind of even it out. And this was the finished look. I absolutely love the way this look came out. My head and my roots is looking a little nappy, so please forgive me, but look at that smile, girl. Yes. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like this tutorial. Give it a thumbs up and leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.